Good morning friends, I welcome you all for the online class of business studies. Today we will be continuing after the export procedure, the last 4 steps of export I will want to revise, and after that I will be making, as I said, I will recall all the points of export, but briefly I am going to explain the last 4 points of export procedure, and then I will be proceeding to the import. As export procedure, last 14 number, the point is obtaining maid's receipt. In this point we have learned, after receiving custom clearance, the goods are then loaded on ship, for which the captain of the ship issues a maid's receipt. It contains the details regarding name of the company, vessel, berth, date of shipment, description of package, etc. The port superintendent, on receipt of port dues, hands over the maid's receipt to the C&F agent. So that is the obtaining maid's receipts, how the maid's receipts are obtained. Then payment of freight and insurance of bills of exchange lading is there. What do you mean by bill of lading? It is an invoice in which all the details related to the goods are made. After loading the goods on ship, the exporter goes to the office of the shipping company. There he surrenders the maid's receipt, and in return, the details which was mentioned in the maid receipt is converted into the form of bill of lading. The shipping company issued the bill of lading to the captain of the ship, which is prepared in triplicate copy, 1 copy for the exporter, 1 copy for the captain of the ship, and 1 copy is for importer. So payment of freight insurance of bill is lading is done. Preparation of invoice. After the bill of lading is prepared, after settling the goods, an invoice of dispatch goods is prepared. The invoice states the quantity of goods sent and the amount to be paid by the importer. The C&F agent gets it duly attested by the custom. Securing payment. What do you mean by securing payment, student? After the shipment of goods, the exporter informs the importer, and then the exporter must send some important documents related to the import to the importer to claim the title of the goods. The common documents are certified copy of invoice, bill of lading, packaging list, insurance policy, certificate of origin, letter of credit. The exporter sent these documents through her banker with the instruction that these documents must be delivered to the importer only when he accepts a bill of exchange. That way, the securement of the payment is done. The importer may accept a bill of exchange of 2 types: documents against sight and draft. In this case, the documents are handed over only against payment. Documents against acceptance. In this case, the documents are handed over when the importer accepts the bill of exchange and agrees to make payment in a specific period of time. So these are the way, students, the documents are the importer will get the charge of the goods after making payment. Either he get the goods immediately after making documents against the site, or if delay he want to make payment, then documents again acceptance. So these were the complete export procedure, students. Now we will proceed to import. Mode of entering into international business. Let us have a recall. As I said, very first the exporter will make receipt of inquiry and sending quotation. Then receipt of order or intent will be done, assessing importer's creditworthiness and securing guarantee of payment. Then obtaining export license, obtaining pre-shipment finance, production and procurement of goods is done. Then pre-shipment inspection is done, excise clearance is done, obtaining certificate of origin, reservation of shipping space, packaging and forwarding, insurance of goods is done. Then custom clearance, then obtaining maid's receipt, payment of freight and bills, insurance or bill of lading, preparation of invoice is made, and then securing the payment. These are the 17 steps of export procedure. One thing I want to make you understand, you cannot escape any of the step, because as we are, when you want to go up, you have to step in each step. So that is the way the procedure and steps cannot be left from any in between. It has to be in a systematic order. So here every process you have to write 17 points, you have to write the steps. Explanation, when it is asked, only up to the 5 first points. If you explain properly, you will get the marks. Import procedure, when we see, import is the next like export. Another thing is there, when we want to import goods from outside countries so as to do our business flourish, we can do import. Steps involved in import procedures are: very first, trade inquiry. What do you mean by trade inquiry? The import procedure begins when the importer conducts inquiry and collect information about the countries and exporter who can supply the required goods. Importer can get the inquiry from the trade directories and trade association also. After identifying the suitable exporter who can supply the goods, the importer sends trade inquiry form to get in detail the information regarding the price, quantity, quality, etc., which the exporter can supply. The exporter replies the trade inquiry by filling the pro forma invoice. So that is the trade inquiry, students. So the import procedure begins when the importer conducts inquiry and collects the information about the countries and the exporter who can supply the required goods. Okay. Importers can get the inquiry from the trade directors only about the details. Now we see procurement of import license, students. There are certain goods which can be imported freely, but for some there is a necessity to obtain import license. For this, the importer can get information from export-import policy method. If goods are under the licensing category, then the importer must apply for and get registered with Directorate General Foreign Trade (DGFI) or Regional Import-Export Licensing Authority and obtain IEC number. So procurement of import licenses to be done, students, then only it can be issued. So there are certain goods which can be imported freely, but for some there is a necessity to obtain import license. Obtaining foreign exchange, definitely foreign currencies are required. Has two different currencies are not similar. There are two different currencies. So before the goods are to the arrival of the port, we have to make proper arrangement for the export for the currency. In India, all foreign exchange transactions are regulated by whom? By the Reserve Bank of India. Every importer must obtain the sanction of foreign exchange. For this, the importer has to give an application to a bank authorized by RBI to issue foreign exchange. Along with the application, the importer must submit the copy of import license also. After verifying all the details, the bank sanctions the necessary foreign exchange for import transactions. Placing order or intent. What do you mean by placing of order or intent, students? After obtaining the license and sanction of foreign exchange, the importer places an export order or intent to supply the specific products. The import order contains information regarding the price, quantity, quality, weight, size, grade, packaging, shipment, etc. So placement of order is very important. Obtaining letter of credit. The next step in import is letter of credit. As we learnt in the export procedure, letter of credit is a statement which is transacted by the importer's bank to the exporter banks, which is a guarantee that when the goods will be exported from the exporter's country to importer's country, after the arrival of the goods, importer will make without any delay the payment of the goods. So after placement of order, before the exporter will start the process, he wants the letter of credit. Who is making? Importer is making through the banker. So letter of credit is issued by the importer's bank in favor of exporter. In this letter, the bank undertakes guarantee for making payment on behalf of the importer. The importer approaches his bank and instructs the bank to issue a letter of credit in favor of the exporter. The importer also instructs the bank about the documents to be collected from the exporter before making payment. Before issuing the letter of credit, the issuing bank takes the advice of other banks to know about the financial soundness of the importer, and if the issuing company or bank gets a positive response from other banks, then only it issue a letter of credit on behalf of the importer. Arranging for finance, students, when we learn, definitely when importer have to make pre-arrangement of the finance, the importer should make in advance the arrangement for payment. Advance arrangement is done to avoid high penalties to be paid on imported goods lying uncleared at the port. Receipt of shipment advice, students. After loading the goods on the vessel, the exporter dispatches the shipment advice to the importer. This advice contains information regarding shipments such as invoice number, bill of lading or airways bill number, date and name of vessel through which the goods are coming, etc. So receipt of shipment advice is what, student? After loading the goods on the vessel, the exporter dispatches the shipment advice to the importer. This advice contains what? Information regarding shipment. Okay, so this was receipt of shipment advice. Specimen of bill of lading. Before that, one point is there for the importer, as we can proceed. The page is not here, but I will be proceeding with that point. Receipt of shipment advice is there. Shipment advice will only make the by the importer to make the goods to be to make the exporter to ready to dispatch the goods. Okay, so after that, retirement of import documents is the next step. As this page is not there, so let us proceed. As in your book it will be there, you can open the book and you can see retirement of import document. Definitely, if the importer had made all the payments, then retirement of import documents will be there. Means exporter will make the title of the goods, another important document, letter of credit and creditworthiness and everything to be dispatched from his country to another importer's country. After shipment of goods, the exporter submits various important documents to his banker, so that that banker will ship the documents. These documents are letter of credit, bill of lading, packing list, certificate of origin, marine insurance, etc. Bill of exchange can be of two types, that is bill of exchange sight and draft, or bill of exchange for acceptance. Arrival of goods, students. What do you mean by arrival of goods? Goods are shipped by the exporter as per the specification of the importer. When goods reach the importer's country, then the captain of the ship informs the dock officer and instructs him to receive the goods and record the details about the goods on the document called Import General Manifest. So it can be asked, what do you mean by Import General Manifest? What it is? When the captain of the ship informs the dock officer and instructs him to receive the goods and record the details about the goods on the office on the document called Import General Manifest. So dock officer, who is that? The dockyard. From there the ships are loading the goods and moving to other that is known as dockyard, and the officer of that dockyard is known as dock officer. So he will be making this document, gives details about imported goods. After the arrival of goods, the dock authorities inform the importer about it. The importer prepares a document called bill of entry, which contains detail about the imported goods, and submit this document to the custom officer to get custom clearance. Custom clearance, students. What do you mean by custom clearance? Custom clearance is an important document, student, as I already introduced to you. As the import and export is done through the sea route, so during the sea route transaction, some taxation are charged from one country to another, and that is known as custom duties. So custom clearance is mainly done at the by the shipping company. The custom officer examines the bill of entry carefully and assesses the custom duty to be paid by the importer, and after assessing the duty amount, the bill of entry is given to the appraiser officer, who does the inspection of goods and verifies the details given in bill of entry. If the appraiser officer is satisfied with the information given in the bill of entry, then he returns the bill of entry to the importer for making payment of custom duty. After this, the importer presents the bill of entry to the dock superintendent for physical examination of the goods. After the examination by dock superintendent, the bill of entry is presented to the import manager, who accepts payment of custom duty and issues the release order. On presentation of release order, the importer can take the delivery of goods. In case the importer fails to pay import duty, then goods are transferred to a bonded warehouse. The importer can make the delivery from the bonded warehouse only after paying the required duty. So that was the steps of import, student. I hope you have understood. So import procedure: very first, trade inquiry is done by the importer, then procurement of import license, then obtaining foreign exchange for getting the delivery of the goods before arrival, placement the order or intent to the exporter, which is made by the importer, obtaining letter of credit, that finally the payment will be made by the importer's bank to exporter's bank, arranging for finance, currency transaction by the central bank, receipt of a shipment advice that the particular goods will be arrived in the so date, retirement of import documents. The exporter will send all the important document to be handed over to the importer, so the importer can get the title of the goods. Arrival of the goods will be done to the importer's country. and then finally after paying custom clearance, the importer can take the charge of the goods. So that was the steps of import procedure. I hope you have understood. Next class we will be going to learn the export import documents with other important points. Thank you for today's class. Have a nice day.